4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, hey! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo!
What a gormless face I pull. So it's great to see you. I hope I find you well. Welcome back to the Monday Club. It is, of course, Monday, 7 o'clock UK time, and that means it is the greatest model railway live stream that exists, except no substitutes. Why go shopping on Temu when you can have the real thing? So it's really great
Who's
to see
gone
you.
shopping
We've
on
got
Temu?
PGTT120, JL Railways, Patrick Ling, Ruben Ashwell, Richard Swiderski, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Andy Stewart, Malco Blues, AD Pullen, Valleys 56XX, RG Models 86, Anthony, Harry Sedgwick, Yaharic, Awesome Bricks. Evening to you, Jordan Hunter, one of our Jenny Kirk members for 3 months. Great to see you. 3B Rail, JL Railways, Robert Becking, Smallwood Junction, Marcus Muggins, Richard Grooters, Nick Garolimo, Tenneth Velaqua, Warbler Productions. It says just under 3 weeks live, 2 weeks and a day off work. That'd be Christmas, wouldn't it? Andy Friars Junction. It's great to see you, and I'm very, very sorry for your sad loss.
Seriously, man, we're so sorry.
So you have our utmost condolences, but we will be still doing the Monday Club lock-in live next Monday?
Next Monday.
Next Monday. So that's at Sawyer's Models in Lee.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
But the only difference is you can come along and you can witness, not watch, but witness.
Yes, the Monday Club is something
live.
you witness.
Yes, it's like there may be questions and statements being asked later on. So essentially, yes, next Monday, Monday Club Live. It's your late night lock-in at Sawyer's Models. So I'm sure you'll let people in through the door if you arrive after the start time.
Or perhaps
but
through the
Gandalf,
postbox.
yes, Gandalf will be taking names and
Did you say something?
yes, I did. Anyway.
Because a Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Oh, sorry, right, hold on.
Okay,
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, I see you.
Jenny's having some issues, so now
It's
would
like-
be an excellent time for us to
Yeah, well, hold on.
quickly pop to our intro.
Oh.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey. So we're back, and I have spanked.
Guess who's back? Back again. Jenny's back. Warn the men.
Hardly. Married to you, so hardly. So it's like, yeah, I'm married. I'm allowed to let myself go. That's why I'm fat. Right, anyway.
Okay, so Jen,
So
what's in the news?
Yeah, hold on, I'm busy. Right, so first of all, you'll see doing the rounds, we've actually got the Highland Railway Jones goods. They're actually referred to as the big goods. until they were the preserved example was preserved. So we've got number 106 in original 1890s condition going round. We've got a full review of that thanks to a review sample that was sent in by Rapido Trains. So you'll get your first extensive look of the Jones goods on Friday here on the channel. So do look out for that.
Although,
in the meantime, it is running on the layout.
Patrons get it early.
Patrons get it early, as do channel members. Also running, I just want to name check this. We've got the Simon Pitcher 3F. This is one of the locomotives that Simon Pitcher very generously sent into the channel. I couldn't believe the generosity. It knows no bounds. He sent quite a few to Iron Horse as well, as he's traded up the scales. So I thought it was only fitting that we say thank you once again to Simon Pitcher's generosity, and we've got his 3F doing the rounds on the layout. Bigelow, Joe Smith, Joshua W56, Naive Gauge, John Walters. Somebody said TMC stands for The Monday Club. Certainly does. So we
would like to say a big thank you to TMC, the Model Centre, for sponsoring the show.
Absolutely.
Guys, seriously, go and have a look at their site for all of your modelling needs and weathering.
But
because they're good.
But it does stand for the Monday Club. We all know that. So anyway, right. So we're talking about the TMC Model Challenge.
YouTube Challenge.
Yes.
The TMC YouTube Challenge.
The TMC... yeah, I'll get it right at the end. Now,
you were on it. How do you not know?
Will you stop interrupting me? I'm talking to the nice people, and you're making a pig's ear of a plastic kit. So you just keep...
I'm not making a pig's ear of the plastic kit. I am making a sow's butt of the plastic kit. This is a Pico goods shed.
Yes.
They're an interesting challenge because the instructions are one sheet of paper.
Yes, it's from the... I think the kit is...
from the era of, you'll take what we've got and like it.
Yeah, it's from that era. So Pico, if you're watching... New instructions wouldn't go amiss in some of your kits.
To be fair, it's actually fine. I'm getting through it. It's going quite well.
Anyway, I'm talking to the nice people, so you shut up and
nice
concentrate.
People in the room with us right now.
Yes, they are. Well, so Gandalf is. Don't know about you. Right. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I did have some interesting news. So Hornby have shared images of their latest Railroad Plus release to be. This is
Do I need to bring that up on screen?
I don't know where you'd find it, to be honest.
Hornby's website, perhaps?
I wouldn't count on. I don't know whether they didn't send me a press release, so I'm sorry. So guys, Martin Weaver, I thought we were mates. You didn't send me a press release, so I can't. I learned by looking at other people's things. So. It looks quite good actually, and I think its discounted price is coming in at about £76. You know, all of the limelight's been taken by the new run of the Class 60, but particularly the J56 models. But the Railroad Plus range does have some great value models. So this is what formerly, I think this was a Lima model, but it's ticked some boxes here. It's got slimline couplings, very important in my book. I think, you have to. You're never going to find it like that. You're going to noodle around there, cupboard monkey. To your heart's content.
Not there.
It'll be hidden away. If you order them by cost, it's not that expensive. Being that I think its RRP is probably about 90, 99, something like that. It looks like they're actually trying to get certainly the diesel models in and under the £100 price point, which I think is great. If they can do that, there's quite a few models.
What class are we looking for?
Diesel rail car. No, not the shunter. Diesel. Scroll down.
This is as far as it goes.
Well, then it's not there, is it? No, it's not in the list.
It's not there.
See, the problem is that the cupboard monkey has not learnt the nuances of finding what you want on the Hornby website.
No, why would I?
It's not there. Now, I think now you're wasting your time on there. So, locomotives, not everything. Otherwise, you'd be there. Oh, it's like trying to get an elderly grandparent on the internet here. So, it would. I think locomotive. There it. Finally.
What am I looking for?
Oh, you've gone past it. I think there. Oh no, there.
This one.
Railroad Plus. parcels car. So yeah, if you click on it and bring it, oh my
This one?
God. Yeah.
All I asked for was a yes or no. Is this the one?
Yes.
Goodness sake, Jim, press the button. Oh my goodness,
Right,
this was
so-
not as hard as you made out.
Yeah, so do we get... this picture is wrong. Can I just say this picture is wrong? It shows the previous tooling with the big gold post couplings, but they've actually shared a picture of the model showing that the couplings have been updated, and it makes such a big difference to models.
I thought, to be honest with you, I thought the one that you'd shown me was the main range rather than Railroad Plus. That's how much of a difference that made.
With the enhanced livery application, these really do make a big difference.
Yeah.
We don't get any other angles of that. There should be
there's
another
no
one.
other angles.
So if I go back to pressing that button, so now if you go back on that script or not,
There wasn't another image, that was it.
no,
I was going to the Hornby Facebook page now to try and find it.
no.
Okay, fine. Well, we'll leave
What
it
I was
there.
trying to say was that there would be another listing for the one that they shared images of. But
well, there wasn't.
yeah, anyway. John Pinney says, yes, Railroad are good. I've had another another sound DCC Flying Scotsman in that range. 57305 Northern Princess says, the pictures are on the Rails of Sheffield Facebook page. That's where I saw them as well. But I will have to have words, Martin, if you're watching, or Catherine. Please
Are you not in the Ink Club anymore?
I'm afraid I appear to have slipped onto the wrong side of the velvet rope. But it's just, for me, it's kind of like the unsung hero of the hobby. And one of the other things, we did a video on this. Do go and see it after the stream. But there we are. It's still chugging away. You can see that go. That was a £30 brand as new in box from Clark Railworks.
Essentially new old stock.
Yeah, new old stock, you could argue it was. It had never been run. And I did an easy DCC fit with Stay Alive, which is tucked away in the cab. You can hide that with a crew, no problem. In fact, you can get Jenny and Jenny, because I've been rescanned by Model U. Which should mean that there's a choice of two poses of me. You can have me either as driver or fireman, or both actually. Just grab both. So you could have me as the driver on one side and me as the fireman on the other, and that would hide.
I've got a question for you, Jen.
Yes.
At what point will Stay Alives be provided that are actually already disguised as drivers? We've already seen
That's
the
an
DCC
interesting
concept stuff,
idea.
and it's very small.
Yeah, and actually, John JMC, our very own guru of sound, he used a small tantalum capacitor to give a Stay Alive to a Bachmann Quarry Hunslet in 009 without the cab roof and without compromising anything. And yeah, I mean, I suppose conceivably, 3D printing, which is what Model U do, I wonder if they can 3D print around an existing thing. So effectively, you could print the model around the capacitor.
I doubt you can do that.
Yeah, but the technology is moving on all the time. Yes, that's right, DJ K666, 2 journeys, no waiting.
The heat would be the issue with printing it. However, you could print it in 2 halves and stick them round.
Could do. PN Motorsport Games and Train says, evening, precisely on time. Absolutely.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Simon Train's Mother Railway Showcase says, if there are 2 Jenny Kirks, the real Jenny would send the clones to show. Yes, send in the clones.
Will the real Jenny Kirk please stand up?
Please stand up. Please stand up.
She didn't stand up, guys. That's not the real Jenny.
But no, you didn't get it. It's like send in the clones.
I do.
Oh, it's that's so obvious. It must have been used. It's not fair. All the good quotes are already gone.
Yeah.
Surely the Stay Alives will be disguised as Bee Gees, says Richard Grooters. Stay alive. Oh, that would be a good one actually.
GJK, you're absolutely right. Print the figure with a capacitor-sized hollow in it, and then what I'm saying is then have a bit that slips in. Maybe let's say you've got.
You're getting excited.
No, let's just think. Let's say you've got a jacket on a character. Well, there are seams on the top of a jacket, and then round where the shoulders are for the arms to be attached. So you have that as a separate piece.
Yeah,
you slide
there is
it in,
an issue.
Glue it.
Okay. McNavi says a 1/76th figure is smaller than a Stay Alive Supercat. It's one of the things that I think...
Does it have to be?
Yes.
With improvements in technology.
Please. It's what I'm actually trying to say.
Go on.
One of the things that we've seen is that the technology has moved on in leaps and bounds, and the capacitors are getting smaller, and the capacity that they hold is getting greater. So I think it's only a matter of time. This is one to put a pin in, and I think give it a few years, and it's quite possible that we could see capacitors for Stay Alive's disguised as crew. That would be a really, really great idea.
I would love to see it.
Nick at Bletchley High Level says, "Oops, I'm very late. Sorry."
The Monday Clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Mr. Deej says, "I'm also all good to..." Oh yeah, all good to those who asked. Yeah, excellent. Castle Hill Light Railway says, "Evening all. Massive apologies for being late." I think you're included in Gandalf's latest little...
Did you say late?
Yes. PN Motorsport Games and Trains says, "Do I spot a City of Truro on the layout?" Yeah, if I... oh no, it's not... oh yeah, you're right, it's there. So it's not actually City of Truro, but it is the same livery. It is City of London, which is 3439. It's another member of the class. City of Truro was done as a special for the National Railway Museum, and I believe that was the impetus to tool up that particular model. But Bachmann in the main range have also released a number of other class members. So City of London, City of Bath were in the initial release. I think City of Bath was in the later GWR livery, and I just really like that pre-grouping GWR with the monogram on the tender. But I think, was it City of Birmingham? Killarney is the one that came as part of the ambulance train set. I've got that one as well.
Oh my goodness, I remember when we did the review of the ambulance.
That's a long time ago. Tim's Model Railway in different videos says, "TARDIS on brake van in front of red and white coach with two brake vans both sides." Yes.
Wow.
It's like, I'm surprised. I think Warbler Productions, it's either spotted it and said something and I've missed it, or he's letting somebody else have a go. But he's probably sat in front of that wall of plasma with the algorithm running. Enhanced 34 to 38. Beep, 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 beep. TARDIS spotted. Algorithm match. Verified.
Call unit.
Yes. Rick Morley says, "For Scottish Monday Clubbers, Paisley Model Railway show 7th and 8th of December." So that's this coming weekend.
This coming weekend.
So
have a great time, guys.
And of course, Monday Club Lock-In Live will be happening on Monday the 9th, which is next Monday, at Sawyer's Models in Lee. So come on down and you can witness the Monday Club. That's right, you may be asked to give a statement afterwards and point out on the anatomically correct doll where the stream hurt you. But it's a really great chance to pick up Christmas presents, not just for yourself, but something's gone really quiet. Has something stopped running? Oh, I think it's on. Right, no, it was in the tunnel. It was in the tunnel all along.
Where's my tram?
It's up there, I think. So, greetings from Ireland, says Paula Donovan. Good sales for Black Friday model railway items. Yes, absolutely. There's some really great deals on, actually. One of the ones that I spotted, sorry Peachy, I know you work at TMC, but this is a deal not to be sniffed at. For O-gauge modelers, it worked out as something like £104 for, what are you looking for?
There was a quick question earlier on. While you're talking, keep going.
I think it was Rails of Sheffield, £104 or something like that it worked out at, for a Dapol O-gauge 042 auto tank in a British Railways lined black. And it's just astounding. You can't even get a 00 model of that locomotive for that sort of price. It's just unreal. Ian O'Brien says, "Congratulations to the new moderator of the year. Good luck for next year. Flymo Channel 1. Is he doing a Charlie? Are you stalling it?
No, he's not. Good luck for next year. He didn't get it this year.
Oh, did he? Oh, who got it this year?
I don't know, but
There was a Moderator of the Year award.
There is every year. I
yeah.
think Flymo Chairman won.
He got it last year, I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Peachy TT120 says, no worries, Jenny. Peachy is a modeler first, TMC slave second. You know that more people watch this than let on. So your boss is probably watching and taking notes for your...
We're kind of hoping that they might turn up later on so that we can have a chat about what really happened at the TMC Challenge.
Oh, Craig is in. Iron Horse Row says, evening all. Here but busy. Mooching with stuff, so quick hello, I'll be listening carefully. Oh, no worries. And of course, just another quick reminder, I haven't seen Simon Pitcher comment yet, but just in case he's watching on catch up, hello from the past. Our ways may seem quaint, but also a huge thank you because the 3F, the Simon Pitcher 3F is running at the moment with the Blood and Custard coaches. So do look out for that, and a huge thank you to the generosity of Simon Pitcher who sent that in. Early Christmas present. Timber Surf won the Moderators Award this year.
Oh, well done.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
He always does a good job of organising those YouTube meets.
He does do the YouTube meet and greets. We missed him at the NEC, but it was okay. We did have...
we had our own impromptu one.
We had our meet-up, but he did a very fine job at Getz.
So, Jen, there was a question before we started on how you would form a curve with Plasticard.
If you're wanting to curve it without running the risk of it breaking, there's a few different ways you can do. My favourite one is get a bowl of warm water, water that's not so hot that you can't put your hand in, and actually put the Plasticard in the water. Leave it for a little bit, and then you can kind of manipulate it very easily into the curve you want, and then hold it until it cools back down, and it should hold that shape.
You've got to hold it in place until it cools, haven't you?
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll try and spring back. But
it'll go for freedom.
But it's also a really good tip if you get. I know some of the older. The kits that Daypol do, which are from really old tooling.
Yeah, like
they
50s and 60s.
Yeah, they say some of the parts can be warped. It's just a function of the fact the tooling's basically worn out. It's really old. You can straighten those by putting them in warm water, letting them soften ever so slightly. It won't damage the parts, but it allows you to bend them carefully back into shape. So we've got Vicky Lawless. Great to see you. Chris Jones 10 says, is this another Model Railway Challenge series? Yes, and we're hoping that it'll run to more. Now, the best way that you can ensure that there are more TMC YouTube challenges is to make this one a great success.
Absolutely.
By going to all of the videos, not just mine, but the TMC's own. We've got videos coming from Iron Horse Railways and Lorries Mechanical Marvels and Buggle Skelly.
Buggle Skelly's tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, Buggle Skelly is tomorrow. So watch these, like them, share them, subscribe to the channels, and comment on them. And, the more you share these videos, all of them, not just the one you watch, watch them all, because they all give a slightly different air of what was going on.
Some of them are actually more different than others as well. I've seen some bits, and I was filming for this.
Yeah.
And I've seen bits that I didn't even know what was going on.
And actually, the Team Light Blue, cheaty little cheaters, I found out about some of their cheating from watching the TMC video. I thought, oh, we never knew that.
They did what?
Yeah, their super discount code. Where did that come from?
I believe it came from their pocket.
Yeah, Richard Swiderski, those TMC videos are very funny. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wardle Restorations, big hello to you. Says, any other O-Gauge bargains at the moment will need something to pull behind those new 88 DSs when they arrive. The O-Gauge ones are out. I've seen photos of them shipping, indeed. I was talking to Ben Jones at Hellion at the Warnerley show about them. Imminent, I believe was the word. So I have seen pictures of them out there. Including, you can actually get a model of Laurie Rose's one, the Sir William McAlpine 88DS. That is available from Hellion. So in terms of things for them to pull any great deals, I'll be honest, compared with the deal for that auto tank from Rails, the cost of rolling stock seems positively extortionate by comparison. You'd get maybe 3 wagons for the price of 1 locomotive. Simon Trains from the Railway Showcase says, love the Tom Marshall and Laurie's promo when Tom said, who the F are you? And then Laurie just breaks down laughing. I saw that as well, where he bursts out of it's actually the TMC shop. Now, we're not going to give away any spoilers, but we are hoping that we get another series, as it were. So, Series 1 was great fun to film. Now, we filmed that actually up at Goathland at TMC. We rode on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. So, you'll have seen that train ride that we put out on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway a couple of weeks ago, and that was filmed at that event. We were up there for a few days, actually. I can't remember which days of the week it was. Oh yeah, because we did a Monday Club Live. Now, people who watched that Monday Club Live, you've got to cast your mind back to the summer for that. But we had Laurie on as a guest. We had Howard on, Peachy, Iron Horse. The reason that we had all of those people on was because they were all there to film. John JMC, our guru of sound, says, Iron Horse blames me. What for? You can't prove anything, Copper. Richard Bond says, has anyone any idea when the Akira Scale panniers are due out? Well, if you shout New Junction 3 times...
New Junction! New Junction! New Junction!
Hashtag not a cult.
Not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
Yeah, then he's the one most likely to know. I think, we've just seen livery samples. I know that the GWR green one actually looks like Duck from the Railway Stories. But that colour is being changed for obvious reasons.
For legal and tax purposes.
Leslie Gilpin Railway says, how about the TMC challenge for you professionals to build a complete diorama on a return trip from Goathland to Pickering?
That's a variant on what I said to do.
It's not enough time. I'll say that now. Not enough time. We had thought about a bus journey from Land's End to John O'Groats and build it on the way. But that would be
brilliant.
That'd be quite grueling, and that's a lot of driving for somebody. And then the losers just get turfed out at John O'Groats.
The losers have to get their own way home.
I was just saying that the losers get dropped off at John O'Groats and go, see ya! Losers!
Yeah.
Losers!
Well, what's the prize? You get to go home.
Yeah. So basically, ideas are flying around for Series 2. My personal preference is actually, now I know that it's been suggested, perhaps do a similar format but a different preserved railways each time. Might be a good one, but I like the idea of doing it live at one of the shows.
There's all kinds that we could possibly do.
Yeah, and have the TMC YouTube challenge live and unplugged. It's like, hi, Laurie wants his hairdryer plugging back in. No, we're unplugged. But I'll be honest, there was a few things that were put down as being like enormous cheating that actually when we were filming it's like, nah. Like the hairspray. I mean, like, we got penalised for the hairspray, but I don't remember getting penalised for the hairspray.
Oh, I remember there was a bit where he said, could I just borrow you for a few minutes? And then you went off to a thing and I just continued filming the rest of the show.
But then again, you see, we let the other team use the hairspray as well because they went, hey, that's really handy.
Yeah, and then they got a timeout as well.
So it was all fair in love and war. Andy Fry's Junction suggests could do it at the Lee exhibition. The only thing I would say is obviously it's quite expensive to put on, and a huge thank you to TMC, the Model Centre, and I believe Hornby magazine as well, who sponsored the event. But you're looking at needing hotel rooms for all the people doing it, plus all the materials. It can be quite expensive.
We actually did a back of the envelope calculation. This was
you're looking at a couple of grand.
Yeah,
just
2,000 to 3,000
for food and hotel rooms for cast and crew.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people who were involved in that, and of course the unsung heroes as well. You didn't necessarily actually see on camera. There was a whole camera crew. In fact, multiple camera crews.
Yeah. I did the stuff for you. Laurie did some of his own camera work.
Yeah, but he always does. But then they had some of the LMM camera crew with there.
Yes.
Tom Marshall had his wife doing a lot of filming. And then there was also Howard doing filming as well.
And then, of course, Craig was also filming.
So there was a lot of people filming as well. There were also staff from TMC on hand too. Although I don't know what they were doing about adhering to the rules, because they didn't seem to be enforcing that.
Are you suggesting we was robbed?
I found it humorous that Laurie and his gang snuck back after hours and worked for 4 hours, and then we just came in and went. And then
they must have done that in the 10 minutes.
Yeah, we thought they'd done that in the 10 minutes at the end, and then we just like, and our thing appeared because we ordered the right materials.
You had the right tool for the job.
Yes. Don't you talk about our Craig like that. ECML Electric says, evening, sorry I'm late.
A Monday clubber is never late, Dodo wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. I've just realised, actually, there's that production sample we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It is Rails of Sheffield. But you can see there, very, very visible, is that slimline tension lock on the front, which it just makes such a massive improvement. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what other Railroad Plus models appear. I know that Hornby are actively looking through their back catalogue of older tooling and seeing about what models can make it to that range. And
I think the Railroad Plus range is great.
I think it's a great niche because none of the other manufacturers are really catering for that budget end of the market. And also models for younger hands. You don't want something that'll just fall apart in their hands.
Yeah,
so I think it's very, very important.
Has rough hands but a love of trains. What are you going to get them? You're going to get them the £300 or £400 super detail thing?
Yeah. Anthony says, Jenny, the light blues use the discount code too. No. The light blues used the discount code. You say the discount code. We never got given it. The dark blues didn't because we budgeted. David Baker says, on the Daypol website, 8F deals, O-scale Gronk, only £150. It depends on liveries, but ooh, there's some amazing deals out there, it must be said. I do have, I've got an intercity Gronk, actually with the custom weathering that Daypol offered for a while. Really well done, actually. I believe that it might even be Kyle Humphreys at TRS Trains that was doing the weathering for them, or was it? He might have been doing the Oxford Rail ones. But certainly, whoever was doing the weathering on those O-gauge Gronks, I bought it at Ali Pali a couple of years ago, and it really is superb. Iron Horse Railway says, yes, absolutely. We never got a discount code. We never got told we were allowed back into the hall either. Go check the videos out. You will see the cheating is real. We was robbed.
So, Jen, what is the truth about what happened?
The hard truth. You can't take the truth. You can't handle it.
Do you actually know the truth of what happened? Because I do.
I don't actually, because you knew a lot more than we were kept in the dark.
So here's the actual truth.
Basically, I got told to, well, I got asked, does this cloth smell a bit of chloroform to you? And like,
okay.
Yeah, it does.
We show in our video that you were driving the car to the place. So.
I was trying to be funny. Oh, why don't you
because
just
we're talking about the truth.
Okay, what was the truth?
Here's the thing.
Have you told me this already or not?
Before the show even got filmed, I had a nice long conversation with Howard from TMC.
Oh, there we are.
And we knew that we were going to try and make something that would look like it was on television. We wanted to make something that hadn't been seen before on YouTube. And the fact is that if we had told you what was going to be happening, it would have been less of a fun thing.
Yeah. Tom Marshall Buckle Skelly Station, though, wants to put the record straight. He says, we weren't given a discount code. Charles used a code sent out to all TMC customers.
Excellent. To be honest with you, I thought that was the case because I don't want this to sound bad, but on that team, if anyone was going to be handed a code, it would have been Laurie.
But yeah, no, it was Charles actually, Charles Brewster, who whipped the code out.
Yes,
We are!
which is why I think it wasn't handed to them by anyone.
Lofty Dale, a big hello to you, says, I was staying at TMC at the time, and so you all turn up, wondered what was going on. So now you know. Although Lofty Dale says, Alex did invite me down on the second day to see the layouts. All looked impressive. I was actually really pleased with what both teams produced.
I knew someone had been there. I told you someone had visited.
How did you know?
I told you someone had visited because we were talking about it earlier on. Someone came along, and it wasn't just
well, there
TMC
you are.
people.
Mystery solved. But yeah, no, we're looking forward to Tom Marshall at Buggle Skelly Station's video
It's
coming
a
out tomorrow.
that we can get Tom on.
Yeah. Oh, Tom. Send the cupboard. He may have messaged you. I am aware that you haven't checked your phone, but Tom, we could get you on if you were interested. If you're near some kind of video phone.
Yes.
It would be lovely to chat with you. We are making tonight a little bit about the TMC YouTube channel, but I think it's a spiritual successor to Great Model Railway Challenge, which sadly wasn't picked up for a third season. COVID got in the way. They were going to make a third series. The problem was COVID happened. I know that the casting had started. And then when COVID was over, everything had moved on and it just never happened, which is really, really sad because Series 2 was great. It gets repeated all the time. And, it's practically on a constant loop on the Yesterday channel. Channel 5 even.
I thought that was Tom, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's a backroom thing.
Yes,
you'll find out later.
Don't share that.
I'm not going to share anything.
There's a picture of it. Sorry, just scroll down a little bit. What's that? What price is on that Gronk? $79.50 for a Hornby Gronk in Cotswold Rail Grey. Ooh, colour me a shade of tempted. Sorry, I'm just looking at the rails.
Would you like me to contact them?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Well, now that you said there's something there, it's gone. You know that.
Yeah, don't worry.
The power of the
If I
Kirk
really,
effect.
can I just say, if I really, really wanted something, I'd like zip it. I'd like zippy on a bad day.
Question from Mike at Pudham Junction.
Okay, yes.
And I'm just vamping a little bit while I bring this up. The Cult of Gronks will be happy with that price. Absolutely, it will. Oh, of course, Enwins 3D has a sale on.
You read it out. I'm going to press the angle of the dangle. I think we haven't had this angle yet.
Okay, here's a question.
No, it's all right. We're good.
Mike at Pudham Junction says,
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I've sent two pics for the Monday Club. Could you ask Jennifer if she could ask if anyone knows how to get the 5 tracks on the left to fit through the gap, only good for 2 tracks on the right? I've tried 2x3 ways and a Y point, but won't fit.
What?
So I'm going to have to pass you this. I'm also going to
Is this better for when we're actually showing the pictures?
Unfortunately, there's no way of me putting that on because it's been sent via Facebook.
Right.
So I've got to send it to you on Facebook to bring this up.
And then also you've got a press release from Enwins 3D as well, haven't you?
I do, and we will cover that in a moment. But I'm going to bring back the Book of Face once again.
Book of Face.
What?
I just love it. The Book of Face. Let's change some.
So here we are.
Points.
Oh, it hasn't come through. Forward those as well.
Okay.
To Jenny.
Right.
Okay. So they'll come up in a second. With the power of the Intertron, it is advanced.
Indeed. So whilst the cupboard monkey is messing about with that, right? So what is it that we're actually right? So if I press the button, hit the lever.
Yeah.
There we go. Don't often use this screen.
No, we don't. So there's the question, Jen.
Right. So let me read out the question from Pudham Junction. It says, "Hi, Zoe. I have sent 2 pics to the Monday Club. Could you ask Jennifer if she could ask if anyone knows how to get the 5 tracks on the left to fit through the gap, only good for 2 tracks on the right? Have tried to buy 3 ways and a Y point, but won't fit."
Oh yes, I see the. Yeah, I see that.
So what are they wanting to do exactly? How to get the 5 tracks on the left?
This is a massive railway.
3, 4, 5. Right, so the 5 that are not connected to any points, there's like 5 that are dead-ended. So, go back. Right, so what are we looking at? 5 tracks on the left to go through space for 2. I would say you need the bottom two, you need a right-hand point to bring those together immediately. You then need perhaps a three-way point, or it's difficult to describe without knowing the terminology. I think a whole load of left-hand points plus one right-hand point would do it. So effectively, the top three tracks you can compress down into a single track by using two left-hand points, one after the
There's
other.
The 5 points. Why don't you draw it?
Right, okay, you talk to the nice people.
So, while she's doing that, we're going to try and work this out for Mike at Pudham Junction. Now, while that's going on, I'm going to try and find the Enwins announcement. Of course, my biggest issue is that I have thousands of emails that come in almost all the time. Yeah. So it's very difficult to do this.
So there's my little... My very, very poor... let's just make me very big. Ooh, big Jenny. So that's my solution, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 3 going down,
Does that,
2 joining up on another one, and then it drives into a double point. The 2 become the 2 at the end.
Essentially, yes. So effectively, instead of having them take it in turns to all drop down into 1, you have 2 of them dropping to 1 at the same time as 3 others are dropping into 1. If that makes sense. So that's all. That's just my 2 pence.
No, I think that was a good answer. Excellent.
That would be what I would look into doing. So could we get the chat back?
Yes, we can.
So SHGP Media says I've joined the Fine Scale Society. I can look over my glasses and say, why not hand build it? Yeah. Oh, you're one of those people.
So the
So
Enwins sale is a long announcement because it's a proper press announcement.
So this is the Enwins sale. So never mind Black Friday or the Monday Blues. It's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you. And you cry if you want to, but I'm not. My accountant will be, because for the fortnight of my birthday, I am slashing prices to the bone and doing crazy offers. For the entire fortnight, I am reducing prices on the Rapido Locos and Tram Packs left in stock. The beautifully detailed Y7 drops to £125 for the DC Silent versions we have left in stock. The DC Silent 1930s condition Lion is reduced by £10 to £169.95. The pre-1919 Wisbeach and Upwell Tram Pack, also DC Silent, reduces to £229.95. That's the one with the 2 coaches plus the locomotive. Plus you can barter a bundle bargain, so that's 5 Bs, on Tuesday the 3rd and Wednesday the 4th between 1 PM and 8 PM. You can phone in on 07523 410 247 and say, hi, Jenny sent me, and choose 3 or more products from our website, and we can barter over a special deal over the phone. A one-off for you. Deal agreed. We will email you to confirm, then send an invoice. We never tried this before, so those 2 days only in case I get a heart attack. And that's Enwins 3D models. And I'm sure that they'll be able to share a link, or possibly if one of the moderators can share a link to the Enwins 3D site. Don't forget as well, if you meet Enwins 3D at shows, your Monday Club badge does get you a discount as well, so do look out for that. RG Models 86. I sympathise as well. I've had this thought too. So many bargains, not enough money. It is true. There's so many good deals on at the moment. Gavin Blackburn says he got made on prices. SHGP Media says I will be using code 40 tracks, so not totally insane. I take it that's in N-gauge, because code 40 in a double O is a little bit on the slender side. Maura Curran says, do you know when those 6-pin decoders will be released? Oh, you're asking somebody else. Aaronville says, hi Maura, how do you? How's the HM7000 going? Waiting a Hornby Nano 6-pin HM7000. Oh, right. So, in a roundabout way, it is asking me, because I'm on the beta test group for Hornby. It always amuses me, because
Keep your feet out the way for a second.
Always amuses me, because I get accused of working for KR models, for Bachmann, for Acura Scale, for Dapol. But I'm actually in the beta testing group for Hornby. I don't get paid to be there, but we're a group of dedicated modelers. Plus
dedicated followers of fashion.
Plus staff at Hornby, and we do a lot of the testing before stuff gets general release.
You should see why she's on there. Jen has this reputation for pressing all the buttons at once and making things break.
Yes,
so she's a perfect beta tester.
Yes, you know, you say they make things idiot-proof. Well, I'm the better idiot that comes along and goes, "Oh, what happens if we do this?" Essentially, we haven't had them through for testing, but we're told that they are very, very far advanced. So there's various different stages that happen, and beta testing comes pretty much right at the end before general release. So soon,
this is where I'm up to at the moment.
Soon, but not imminent. Right, Tom Marshall has sent you a message.
Tom Marshall says, "Would you like me to come and fight my corner?" Yes.
Well, no, I'm not. All that it was that Can I just say that having worked in television a lot, I know that quite often the editing makes the heroes and villains, not what they actually did.
Yeah.
So being there before,
that's why I wanted to talk about the truth about what happened.
The truth, you can't handle the truth.
The truth is that we all came together for a very, very good time.
I've just realised I'm going to have to put my headphones in.
We are, and
so
I may have to go and... Yeah, I'm going to have to go and get my passwords.
So we're just setting that up, and when you're done setting it up, you'll need to unplug the speakers and plug me in. Woohoo, matron!
I'll be back, because I need to go
I'll be Mozart then.
I need to go and get the password. So I'll leave him here for the moment.
If you give me the chat. So thank you so much, Flyway Channel 1, for posting that link for Enwins 3D. Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase says beta test beatbox. Right, enough of that silliness. Zoe, this Skype call isn't going to happen unless you go and make it happen.
Okay.
Sarah Davis says, I just spent £80 on batteries. Please tell me that is a car battery, because that's a lot of money otherwise. Richard Knoll says, yo, in it, bruv. John Penny says, sorry about that, I'm back now. Welcome back. DJ K666 says, this is the password, Dapol. Enwins Models Lifestyle Unleashed says, the cheating adds to the entertainment. We should say cheating. What you got to remember is it didn't really feel like cheating at the time, because it's the edit makes out it has a narrative to tell, and they've gone a certain way. But things like me daydreaming on the train, I was not daydreaming. That was not a point where I was being required to listen. And as you saw later on, I did know the answers to the questions.
Yeah, Howard and I talked that bit over as well.
Oh, yeah, didn't talk with me.
His words to me were, for the joke to work, I need footage of someone that's just
looking
not paying
out
attention.
the window.
Yeah. I found some of you, and he said to me, do you think she'd be okay with it? And I said, if it's funny, she'll be okay with it.
But can I just add, I wasn't asked on that.
Well, no, he doesn't have your phone number.
So, did you change your password then?
Yeah.
Everybody's saying the password should be Dapol or Gronk. Or maybe actually it should be Gronk it up with the hashtag. But no, it was great fun to do, I have to say. And we do jest. And I know that Peachy keeps banging the drum for we was robbed. But, the judges, it was a fair and square judging. But what I think none of the people realised was actually we were being judged by people who weren't actually railway modellers, which may have had a degree of influence. But it was very close. And, we weren't privy to the actual judging process. We've learned that by watching the video. And it is quite interesting to hear the judges chatting with each other as they're pondering about the different things. And I think it was very close. It wasn't it wasn't like one team romped away. It was incredibly close. And as the old adage is, you couldn't fit a cigarette paper between them. But yeah, it was great fun. And we always say, if the call comes to take part in these sort of things, the answer is always yes. It should be like a Tourette's
Say
response.
yes, we'll work out the logistics later.
Yeah, and don't be a diva about it. Don't have riders like, well, you have to do this. And yeah, like, no, you just say yes and roll with it, because actually it's much more fun that way for everybody. So we had a really great time. What have you lost now?
Yeah, it literally hasn't sent the is it you notification to my phone. I've got to go and get the other thing, the Fire tablet. Then we can do this. I thought I was already set up on this, but then as I was doing
apparently you've changed something.
No, then when I was doing it, I thought, hang on, that's the broadcast system, not the rear yard one.
We have done Skype interviews here, but can we not do like on Facebook or something?
We are doing it on Facebook, but you're not set up for it. So here we go.
RG Models 86 says, what model railway manufacturer is based in Wrexham? Nobody, because it was Dapol. Dapol at one point were based in Wrexham, but then they moved from Wrexham to Llangollen, and there was actually a big fire at their Wrexham factory, which destroyed a lot of the Hornby 00 archive, which they'd only recently at that stage, I think this was the very early 1990s, they'd only recently acquired them from G&R Wren. So,
doesn't really Sheffield have a lot of the Hornby archive?
I know they had, I think it was the Fleischmann archive. But the Hornby 00 stuff went to Dapol. Unfortunately, a lot was then destroyed in fire, which I believe was arson.
Oh my goodness.
Some kids set fire to the factory, and it destroyed priceless heritage. It really was anger-inducing.
Yeah,
and
all arson's anger-inducing.
And I remember at the time learning about this, because obviously big fan of Hornby 00. That is my childhood right there. And it was galling to learn that a lot of stuff had just been destroyed by scumbags. Sarah Davis says, several men tried changing their password to my penis, but was told it wasn't long or strong enough. I like that. Right, so we've just got a few technical glitches.
I'm literally now just waiting on Facebook on here to actually... Are
you sure it's not just sending it?
Someone trying to log in, letting us know if it's you, and now I'm waiting for it to come up.
It's not sent it to my...
Yes, it's me. That should now change, and we can do this. There we are.
Right. So, we're getting there in the end.
Yeah, sorry about this. It's just a case of I thought we were already set up for it, and it turns out I was thinking of the broadcast computer.
How will it handle microphone and camera?
He'll get the microphone and the camera from the virtual camera that I've set up on OBS, which is broadcasting. So he'll see himself. And you.
Okay. So if you plug me in, then I can actually hear it. Well, see the big long extension cable. The reason that is there is so we can do just this. Somewhere
in the dark and nasty regions where nobody goes.
You will find there.
This?
So you unplug one and plug the other in.
So I just plug this into here, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
So there we go.
Right.
So we're just we're gonna try and get Tom Marshall, Buggle Skelly Junction on.
Sending it now.
Buggle Skelly Station. I'm saying it wrong. Could you turn my volume up ever so slightly? Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
So, does this mean that other people can? Because I can't hear myself.
Right now, no, nothing should be audible.
So there we are, and in the magic of Uprighto Vision,
Nice. So I will now switch over to...
so do I need to press for the big screen so we can bring him up?
No, you don't. I've got it set up on a special thing.
So, Tom...
Can you see me?
Can you hear me, Tom?
I can hear you, yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. So, Zoe, if you want to monitor and make sure that the people at home can hear
I'm
us as well.
doing that now. I'm bringing up the chat.
So we've got Buggle Skelly Station on. Greetings. It's been...
Greetings.
It was great fun, wasn't it? How did you find the TMC YouTube channel? And how did the call come in to you?
Well, I got an email from Howard just about it. He didn't really tell me who was involved. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done it. But no, I'm joking. Yeah, I got an email from Howard, just invited me up to it, basically to see if we were free, certain dates and things. Yeah, it was really out of the blue because I've never spoken to him before. But yeah, it was a nice surprise.
What the hell
to know
just
that
happened?
he'd heard of me.
What are you saying? Sorry, I've got Zoe shouting stuff.
Yeah, the settings just jumped all over the screen.
So we're just technical difficulties, but I can still hear you if you can still hear me. Zoe's messing about, but Zoe, everybody can hear you when you say that. So
How's that?
Yeah, I mean it was very interesting. Howard actually chatted with me probably for about a month or two beforehand because he had this idea, and then he went and ran with it, and then at that point I knew nothing. I was then almost like shut out of it because they didn't want me to know too much. But did you? I take it that because your good wife was doing a lot of the filming as well. Was she let in on the secret?
No. Well, not I know of. She didn't. She wasn't told anything like. I know. Loz was told. Laurie's camera guy, Loz, was told stuff, and obviously Zoe was. I think we were kind of kept in the dark a bit, really. But yeah, so we didn't have a clue what was going on, even to the point where we got to TMC, and we were guessing we were going on a train ride. Because it was obviously near North York Moors Railway.
I mean, it would have been foolish not to, given that it's on their doorstep. But I mean, I was just making educated guesses, so it sounds like you were as well. But we didn't even know that. I certainly didn't know that you were going to be there until I think it was Iron Horse. Craig said, "Oh, Buggle Skelly Station, is it at the guest house?"
Do you know why that was? Because I didn't know who else was involved. Obviously, I know you guys and know Craig.
Yeah.
So I'd messaged him on Facebook, and I think there was it was something he'd put up a photo of him at Goathland because he was filming something with Peachy. So I messaged him with a photo of something in our B&B and said, "How's your B&B?" Just on the off chance.
Oh.
He just happened to say, "You're here as well." So yeah, thankfully we weren't in the same B&B because that would have been awful. But yeah.
We actually, I mean, we thought we'd got Laurie's accommodation because we weren't in the B&B. We were in a holiday cottage, and I can remember saying to Craig, "It's like." I think because Laurie's obviously the biggest YouTuber out of all of us by quite some distance. I said, I think they've given us Laurie's accommodation. This is too nice for plebs like us. So we weren't actually staying with it. But I think perhaps looking back, that may have been deliberate insofar as you were then all together as a team.
Yeah, because we met Laurie. I'd met him at a show before, but I don't think he remembered me. But we met sort of that morning at breakfast, which was quite cool. It was like, because at that point I was thinking, I had in my head that we'd be doing individual things maybe, and have like probably 6 different YouTubers or something, or 8 different YouTubers. So I was thinking, oh, that's cool. Laurie's here, and he's got his team with him. So that's someone else. And then I'd worked out about Craig from his post.
Yeah.
And I assumed that you'd be there if Craig was there.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm Craig's ride, so he tends to cadge a lift off me. But I don't. sometimes I wonder, it's like, is there some kind of hypno ray I've got? Because I keep getting invited to so many things, and I feel like such an imposter. But it was explained to me that real imposters don't get imposter syndrome.
They don't.
So I'm hanging on to that as legitimacy of why I keep turning up places.
Peachy said he had to give up his room for one of Laurie's entourage, apparently.
Oh, right. So,
I'm amazed Peachy was even given a room.
So, but Peachy didn't live that far away. I think.
I thought he lived in a Land Rover.
It did feel like it. He was bombing, and I swear by the end of that weekend, I think Laurie had angles on acquiring that Land Rover. He was quite taken with that.
Peachy says that he had to give up his accommodation for one of Laurie's entourage.
Yeah.
So you would have had a guy nested in with Laurie if that hadn't happened.
Oh, I didn't know. I mean, to be honest, I was completely in the dark. I only found out in a roundabout sort of way that Peachy was taking part in it as well. And there's a lot of YouTubers I thought that they would ask that we got there, and it's like, well, has this YouTuber come? No. What about this YouTuber?
I've got a feeling they did ask quite a lot before they got to me.
I don't know. I wouldn't assume that. I think as well, your name was probably put forward. I think some of the people there, there was kind of personal recommendation. It's like, well, have you thought about this person? And it's down to, I think a lot of it was known modelling skills, because obviously the modelling side of it was a very big deal. So they wanted somebody like yourself who they thought, right, okay, this person will know what to do, and they won't sort of sit there with a piece of set track and go, I don't know what I'm doing.
Don't be so harsh on Laurie.
Well, no. I think Laurie's done quite well. He's actually, I've met Laurie at Statfold Barn a couple of times, exhibiting layouts that him and his guys have built.
Laurie's great. He's I like his kind of attitude to going all in on it, and sort of, I don't want to sound disparaging, sort of learning as he goes, because he'd admit that himself, I'm sure.
It's like limitless enthusiasm. He's just so enthusiastic about everything, and that's the kind of person you need. It's not necessarily somebody who can just Bob Ross it, but somebody goes, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to have a bloody good trying to do it. And
he's very trying, yeah.
I noticed that you had like your comedy little routine going on between the two. So I can't read that text, sorry, it's far too small.
Craig has just said Tom's modelling level is great, almost as good as his 5 years ago.
Oh,
yeah. I believe, Tom, that Craig is challenging you to a fight.
Fighting words. But I mean, were you? What was it like working with Laurie? Because obviously Laurie has got this almost larger than life personality. He's a really big YouTuber. I know he's got something like nearly 5 times as many subscribers as myself.
20 times as many as me.
And so that's why we thought we were in his accommodation, because he's like, this is too nice. This must have been Laurie's rider, and he's sat in a B&B going, they promised me somewhere really swish. But
I don't think he'd like that at all, really. No, I mean, obviously, only spent a couple of days with him, but got on really well with Laurie and Charles. I mean, Charles was very quiet, but
he was fun actually.
He's around Laurie all day, so.
Because Charles, I think, is more like the slightly more behind the scenes on the LMM channel. So in some ways, it was kind of nice to bring him out of the shadows a bit. So I've got a train here that it's like, oh, I see you're busy. Let me set up a derailment for you. I don't know where it's left its train. So I see. I found it now. Sorry.
So while Jen's working this out, there's a message here from Craig. He says on the morning before we actually set out and did the railway journey, he got up early and made friends with a chicken and an owl that were on the moors.
Yeah, he did.
Have you got any memories like that? Little behind the scenes that
anything that wouldn't have made the cut, but nonetheless funny stories, anything like that?
No fun stories at all, I'm afraid.
Oh well, fair.
Just going back to working with Laurie, he was really good to good fun to work with, and yeah, very professional. It was sort of, I mean, it felt a bit like more working with somebody on a TV show. Just the way that, I mean, it was the same with working with the TMC guys, because they obviously had done these sort of, Howard had done stuff like this before, but a lot of it, you do a take or a joke or something, and then you might do it again, which is something I've never done before, because the stuff that I do, I tend to script everything that I say.
Yeah.
Because I do most of my videos are voiceover stuff, or if I'm doing any pieces to camera, I try and do it in a almost a cheesy 70s documentary style, where I'm walking and talking, as you'll see tomorrow night if you watch my version. But with Laurie, he'd say something and they get it in a take, and then they might do it again, which is something I've never done before, which is obviously a TV thing. So they you know.
Yeah,
it's something you have to do if you want to get the shot.
Yeah, and sometimes
it felt unnatural for me because I wasn't sort of used to that. Well, I've done interviews and stuff before for TV, but it's not the same until you do something that's a bit like Top Gear, where you know it was never.
Yeah, Top Gear is
real.
They're very good at what they did, but it's all scripted. And this was something, actually, the first time I was in front of the camera on a TV series, that actually surprised me was there was a guy on location writing the script and actually coming up with dialogue for people. And he was sort of in a campsite in the middle of nowhere, and he's on a laptop typing up the script. And it's like, really? Oh, okay.
Reality TV isn't real.
No, there's no such thing as reality TV.
But Laurie's very good at it. That's what I've found, is that he is very natural, and he's friendly, and it comes across like that on camera. But it's just something that I wasn't sort of used to. So that was a bit of a learning curve for me, making a YouTube video like that.
I mean, did you ever back in the day watch Great Model Railway Challenge at all? Is that something
Never heard of it.
You'd never heard? Because
yes, I did. I did watch that. Yes.
I mean, did you suspect that the TMC YouTube challenge was going to be something like that, or something different, or?
Yeah, I imagined it would be more like that. I didn't imagine that we'd be going on the train ride, because obviously that ended up being most of the first day.
Yeah.
Which was, it was great. It was like having a VIP journey. We even got sandwiches and everything.
Yeah. I felt important. They even put a sign
cool
on the coach saying it was reserved for us, and then we didn't sit there.
But I was sort of expecting it would be. I had in my head Bake Off for some reason, where we'd all be in a tent. Which that was a bit of behind the scenes. There was supposed to be a.
There was a tent, but it blew down. It was very windy.
We actually spent.
We got a bit of B-roll of the marquee. That's what Kirsty Ann was filming, some B-roll shots outside while we were modelling. And she got a shot of the marquee in the wind, and I was thinking, can I edit this to make it look like we're in the marquee and do some cut-ins with Bake Off? But I decided against it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, when we arrived, they were actually trying to put that up in the wind, and it was just, they picked a really bad location for it, but it was very windy up there. I mean, one of the things, I guess, for anybody who's not been to the North Yorkshire Moors, is it can be very windy. But we ended up in the village hall. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I suppose when you're in a team, you see everything that's going on in that team, but you're not necessarily fully aware of what the other team is doing. So, I mean, from your point of view, what did you see of what we were doing? What did you actually think about what we were doing?
Well, by the time, sort of the end of the first day, we'd built the boards, and so obviously we could see what you'd got, the stage you'd got to, and it looked like you just built a baseboard, which I think is what you had got.
Yeah, we just assembled the flat pack, and we haven't gone any further than that.
And obviously you're on the website ordering stuff, which we didn't do till later. But that was kind of a decision that we wanted to go up to have a look in the shop first.
Yeah, we saw you in the shop, sort of browsing and seeing what's available. So I guess you didn't fall into the pitfall that we did, where we read a description on the website and ordered something thinking it was one thing, and then something completely different turned up.
Well, there was one thing that we ordered black paint, which never turned up, and that's something that you'll see in my my version
Yes,
of the video
yeah.
tomorrow, and that was a bit of a nightmare, really, because I mean,
It was
we did-
essential.
it was essential, really, because we needed it for all the weathering, and we were going to use it to paint the sides of the diorama, which in the end we didn't even get round to doing. That was, I think Chris
I think
painted yours.
we swapped half a can of hairspray for your black paint, and we
Yeah,
actually did
yeah.
that with ours.
Yeah, so there was things like that that added actually a bit of challenge into it, which was good. But in terms of the stuff at night, I mean there was a bit. Laurie sort of whispered to me, "I want to be here all night doing this," and I thought he was joking about it. So obviously, at some point, he'd spoken to Howard about getting the keys to the village hall.
Yeah,
there's no way he
there's
would have
no
got
way
in on
you
it.
can get in without the keys and the alarm code.
But we went up there after the pub because we went out for a TMC, took us all out for a nice meal.
Oh, that was a lovely meal.
That night. It was, yeah. And Craig had a few whiskies.
He did.
And we went up. I mean, if I'd known they were paying for it, I'd have had a few whiskies too, to be fair. But we went up to the village hall afterwards, and I'd say we were probably only there for about an hour or so. But that was my mindset when I build a diorama. Is I tend to use the cardboard method, so building struts and covering it,
Yeah.
and then letting that dry with not papier mâché. Usually, I'd use
Plaster bandage or.
no, I'd use masking tape and then cover it with sculptor mold, which I knew would not dry at all because sculptor mold can take a couple of weeks to dry.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I hadn't thought with plaster bandage. I didn't know. I was thinking it wouldn't dry in time, but for some reason I thought gluing paper towel would. And actually, by the time we'd hair dried it, half an hour into the next day, it was solid, so it worked.
Yeah.
But I don't think going up late at night was really worth it. It was just sort of a good thing for the video.
Yeah.
So we could have got away with doing what you guys did and doing it the
that
next
was
day.
the thing.
And we were only there an hour. It wasn't all night. We were there.
Yeah,
probably
because I'm
half
very
10
much.
till 11:30.
I'm very much aware that in the edit they make things look a certain way. I've had this before with TV things, where you watch the program, and go, that's not how it happened. But because that made out like you'd gone back and spent like 4 hours, but obviously not. But then when we all came in, I was then told, somebody, I can't remember who it was, whispered to us, says, "Have you seen what they've done? Have you go and have a look?" And it was almost like they were trying to get us to be all like jaw drop, like, "Oh my god, we're really behind." But what we'd done is we'd ordered the solid subterranean foam from Woodland Scenics and plaster bandage.
Yeah.
So
I didn't want to order foam because I always feel like it's a con when you buy foam.
I know,
But
but it's all about the time, and one of the things is that that's not how I would build terrain. But when you know you're against the clock, it's products that speed things along. So we were actually, when we were doing the plaster bandage, we couldn't work out why you guys hadn't got plaster bandage, because I think it's only something like £5.99 for a roll, and we used a single roll of the stuff. So it wasn't budget breaking. And we're like, why haven't they? What do they know that we haven't?
The reason that we did it the night before was so that it would dry overnight. So because I was thinking plaster bandage wouldn't dry in time, but you're right, it would have done. So
it sets very, very quickly.
Yeah. So that was sort of the reasoning behind it. But I mean, it made for a good video.
And it's one of those things. When I did GMRC, one of the things.
What was that? Sorry,
Great Model Railway Challenge. We all just abbreviate it to GMRC. One of the things that it was made very clear to us was we weren't building a model railway, we were building a prop for television. So there was a lot of shortcuts that you make and you do because you know that actually nobody's going to expect that to work for days, weeks or months afterwards.
I need to get that into that mindset really, because when I build a diorama,
you do it properly, but it takes a long time.
I take about three weeks on one, so that's why I couldn't get my head round that.
But I suppose, with a lot of these things, it is a learning curve. And, I'm quite lucky being a veteran of GMRC that I've already done all the hard learning. But, from our point of view, I remember coming in and going, what's that blue mess? We thought you'd done that in like the 10 minutes right at the end before we left. I'll be honest with you. We didn't know you'd come back for an hour. How did you find the planning stage? Because sometimes when you've got a team of multiple people, all with various ideas of their own, it can almost be like herding cats. So how easy was it for your team to focus on an idea and know what it was you wanted to build?
It was fairly easy, really, because all I had in my head was track and levels. I wanted nothing flat. I wanted it to be levels, basically like you guys have built.
Yes.
So I had initially an idea of a bridge and a road going under it, rather than a river. So I was quite glad when Laurie came up with the idea that he did, because he'd actually listened to the guy on the train.
Yeah.
Which, I was listening, but I didn't really take in the fact that there were questions to answer. So yeah, when Laurie came up with the idea of doing something, setting it at the beginning of the railway, I thought visually it could be really interesting, because there was one thing I was thinking. We couldn't afford to get an old loco on there. We couldn't even really afford to get a wagon on there, because I hadn't considered getting prop ones like you guys had. I know
we just got loaners. We gave them back.
Yeah. So I was in the mindset, well, we can't afford any rolling stock, so it would make sense to do something that was around before. So when they were actually building the railways, and I liked the idea of having the mud track and the horses. And we bought the kit. One of the kits that we bought was a really old plastic kit, which came with a horse, which was basically two halves stuck together.
Right. Yeah.
And we thought, well, that's awful. So we bought another set with real horses in it, and not with real horses, but with realistic horses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but we wanted to make use of everything, so we had this half a horse, and that's why we put it dead on the ground, because it was supposed to symbolise that the railways were killing off horsepower. Not the death of the iron horse, as Craig thought it was, but that was sort of the idea behind that, and it worked really well, because that was something I know that they mentioned. They liked that little detail.
And because I think none of us knew who was going to be judging it at the start.
Thank you, Simon Pitcher.
Oh, Simon Pitcher, thank you so much. He's very generously donated $9.99 on the super chat. So thank you so much. And Simon, don't forget as well, I'm so grateful for your donating of those locomotives. We've got the Simon Pitcher 3F actually doing the rounds today, so do look out for that. But thank you so much. Sorry about it. We just had somebody very generously donate to the channel. We didn't know in advance who was going to be judging it. I thought it would actually be somebody like Howard or the staff from TMC.
Well, I think the guy, I can't remember the name of the older gentleman, but
is it Roger somebody or other?
Roger Swift and John,
Roger was the guy who gave us the talk on the train. But I think the other guy was a railway modeller, because I can't remember who told me this. I think it might have been Howard who said that he was a railway modeller who did stuff for the railway, like dioramas and things for the railway. I may be wrong on that. We've got a feeling that's what he had a bit of expertise in.
We've got a question here. Richard Swiderski says, Tom, I wondered why you killed a horse. But of course, it was... I guess people, in this day and age, it's all touchy-feely, but people forget back in the day, if your horse broke a leg or something, they just put it down there and then.
They were machines. That was literally, that's why they called it the Iron Horse when the locos came, because they were just doing the same job, but you could have, 60 of them doing the job of one.
Yeah.
That's why we killed a horse, Richard.
Yeah. But, it was very interesting to see the different takes on, because we both had the same brief. But But it's,
and we pretty much did the same landscape, didn't we? We had the heather.
We did. I mean, we got a bit worried by that because we were just sort of like, you kind of get in the zone, and then we came up for a breather, and it's like, oh God, we've built the same thing. But I suppose in the same respect, that shows that actually we were both on the right lines, because we both went for quite a similar visual landscape, just with a different take on that. We went modern. You went.
I think it was probably a bit of a shame. I've just seen Craig's comment. That's why we killed a horse. I think it was a shame from my point of view. Both models looked really good.
Yeah.
And I don't like when there has to be a competition element. I understand why for a YouTube video to be interesting, there has to be a winner. But I mean, you've seen your videos, you've seen the TMC video on Saturday. Anyone watching mine and then Craig's and then Laurie's this week will probably know the result already. So, I'm hoping it will still be interesting just from the modelling point of view.
I think
because I don't think the competition's really that important really at the end of the day, because they were both really good.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things though is there was so much footage filmed because there was like 3-4 camera people there at all times. So there's so much footage that actually I think each of us has kind of taken a slightly different narrative and used different footage. So it's not a case of you're not going to watch one and seen everything, because I watched the TMC one and I was seeing things like, I didn't know about that, and there was things that I saw in that at the time I was not aware of. It doesn't appear in our video, so I think each of us is going to have a unique perspective on the thing as a whole, and I think that's quite good. It's a very interesting way of effectively doing a TV series.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Laurie comes up with as well with his, because obviously he has that different style to his videos, to your videos, or to mine, or to Craig's. So it should be interesting to see what happens. And then Peachy can do his own TT 121 that we can all watch next year.
Well, he didn't
bother to film his.
Well, he could recreate both dioramas, but in TT 120 rather than 00. But did you get to see the dioramas at the Warnerley show? Because they were both on display.
Very briefly, I'd forgotten that they were there actually, and because we were thankfully very busy all weekend. But I went down. I got down to TMC just at the end of the Sunday, and I saw them very briefly. But yeah, they look really nice. They look like they've dried. Which is a good thing.
Ours was the same. Our ballast wouldn't set on the day, and it's like, please don't pick it up at one end because the ballast will slide off.
That's why I did a ballasting a way that I would never do ballasting, by ballasting and sticking the track on top, because I thought I'm not going to risk actually properly ballasting and having a wet.
And if a train doesn't have to run on it, then it doesn't really matter. You're going for a visual thing. And, in some respect, when you watch how railways are built, they'll put a base layer of ballast down and lay the track on that and then build up the ballast afterwards. So it's actually more authentic to do it that way.
Yeah, there you go then.
Yeah, there you are. We're going to run with that. But,
and our authentic sleeper spacing as well.
Actually, I noticed that. I thought.
To be fair, it was based on. I remember drawings of. I can't remember the name of it. There was one of the very first locos that was sort of on display to the public. It was called Catch Me If You Can,
Richard Trevithick.
Yeah. And it was spaced even wider than that. Yeah. So we went off of that and some other illustrations of wagon ways, so it probably wasn't that authentic, but we thought it would be something to make it look older than it was.
I thought you'd used 16.5 track.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but it turned out really well in the end, and we both used very different materials to get the effect. So you used a lot of things like Das clay and a lot of stuff from the Woodland Scenics range, whereas we went more with a lot from the Pico range. And
that was really just a case of finding something that finding a few colours that sort of work together. Because when we were looking through the website, you got to the stage where we'd been looking at that for an hour and we were supposed to be going out to the pub. So if
we have more important things to do.
We wouldn't have ordered anything. So we went with the best priced one on each thing, or the best sort of colour that was, we had to fit in the budget, of course.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people don't realise that £150 very quickly disappears. And did you buy things that you then didn't use, and you think, why did we buy that?
Yeah, well, we bought rabbits, which you can't even see, but Model U rabbits, which are really nicely detailed, but they're lost as soon as you put them in the grass. So that was a bit of a waste of money. There were some things like, I think we used everything we bought, actually, all the different paints and things, but we probably could have got away with just buying maybe 2 types of grass rather than 3, and mixed them up a bit better. But it was at pennies at the end, because to start with, we'd put in the plaster cast rock kits to make rocks, and we thought, can we just buy rocks that were ready made? Yeah. And then we thought, can we just use dust clay? And then as you're adding things to the basket, you realise how much things actually cost. And things like figures.
Figures can be quite expensive.
Yeah, I mean the Bachmann ones that we bought, we ended up repainting them, but I would ideally have gone with Model U just for realism, but you can't really afford it. When you're buying quite a few, and that's me talking to someone who sells figures, things do cost money, and they cost money to make, and it's not a cheap hobby.
No, it isn't. But at the same time, it shows that you can use a lot of materials that you find. I mean, my lasting memory of your team's build is frisking the hall for supplies and dumpster diving, and we did wonder why all the blue roll had disappeared from the kitchen.
And the ladies and the gents.
Yeah, but it shows that you don't have to have really expensive products to get a great effect in the end. No. We're just coming up on. I'm being given the hurry up, but I do want to ask you.
My battery's about to die anyway. So.
But one quick question then. So I take it that's your studio there. Is that where you do your model work and making commissions and stuff?
This is. I'll turn the camera around. Where are we? Yeah. So that's a couple that these are ones that I'm painting at the minute. Mrs. Wilberforce's house.
So are they 3D printed?
Yeah, that's one coming out of the print at the minute. So they print out of liquid resin, and these are ones that have just finished. Up here, another building.
So is that?
I won't show you the mess, but yeah.
No. But if I showed you the mess so that you can't see appear on the cameras, there's a lot of it. But that's the sign of a good model railway room. But do you? I take it you do this full time as a job. This is your full time job.
Yeah, this is very much full time now.
And how have you found going full time with being in the model railway world? Has it been daunting, or has it actually come together quite well?
It's come together well. I've been selling online for about 10 years. Started with wagons and stuff, but started the 3D printing about 3 years ago. Started doing shows about 2 years ago when I went full time on it.
Yeah.
And that's been, it's been good. It's a really good industry to be in because it's always interesting. There's with new things coming out all the time, and you have people ask for different things, and if I can make them, then I will. But I found it good, thank you. It's just, especially this time of year, we've just finished most of the big shows. We've got Manchester in a couple of weeks.
Right, yeah.
But then it's kind of getting stuff out to people because I've got about a 12-week wait on buildings.
Yeah.
So there's some buildings here that people have ordered in sort of September that I'm getting out this week.
Right.
And it's sort of like that all the time. So I'm waiting for January after Christmas to have probably a week off if I can.
So, what did you used to do before doing this full time? I'm just curious what the job was that you marched in and went, here's your job and you can stick it. I'm working for myself now.
I've sort of been working for myself for over 10 years. My other job's photo colorizer.
Right. Okay.
So I do I'll show you.
So basically, you
things
take
on
black
that.
and white photos, and you
Yeah.
kind of
So
work
these-
out what the colours should be if it was colour.
Yeah. So there's some of my stuff. I haven't done a lot for a few years. The problem now is that AI has sort of taken over a lot of this work. So this is all the sort of stuff. I used to do stuff for the press all the time.
Yeah. Because I know
it's
there was
kind of-
a thing. The BBC came up with a system. I think it's called VidFire, where they could actually work out. They could colorize black and white films. Because even though it's in black and white, a computer can extrapolate what the colours are from the shades of black and white.
Yeah, to an extent they can. I mean, even now AI doesn't get it right. But for a lot of people, a lot of my colorizing work was sort of family photos, wedding pictures, and things like that. And people have apps on their phones now, so they'll go, "Oh, that'll do. I don't need to pay someone to do it.
Yeah.
And that's authentic enough, even if the colours aren't right."
I mean, it's interesting because my parents had, it was a wedding photo from, I think, about 1910, colorized. And one of the things that they had to go on was on the back, somebody at the time had actually written the colours of all the people's dresses and stuff.
Yes,
and it
sometimes
was,
that happens, and it's always very useful.
and what was interesting was that the colours that were written on the back weren't necessarily the colours that the computer came up with first time round.
No.
So you do have to be very careful, and it can look completely plausible, but actually, fundamentally, the colours are wrong.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of, most of it is research. I have a lot of books about costume through different eras, mostly obviously Victorian and first half of the 20th century. And military uniforms as well, because things like medal ribbons and stuff. There's a lot of research that goes into that. So I still do quite a bit for museums and things. I've just done something for the RAC, the Royal Automobile Club. They have a membership thing where they do a new photo every year.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, and the National Trust is very good as well. So big things where they actually care about the detail and the info.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I still have that work, but a lot of it has sort of died off from personal clients, which is why it was good sort of timing to decide to do model railways full time, because this is now
and I suppose
keeping me very busy.
With the rise of 3D printing as well, that's very much become quite a niche in the model market. And clearly from what you've just shown us, that is a big tool in your toolbox for making special commission models.
Tool, yeah.
And where can people go to find your website, your products, and
thanks, Jenny. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, always. But like, what sort of products can people buy from you, either off the peg or commission wise?
3D printed figures and buildings. I'm going to be quick because I've got 5% battery.
Okay, no worries.
You can go to www.buggleskellystation.com. And you'll find buildings, figures, wagons, a lot of sort of comedy cameos for model railways. And if you have a look through there, you can see the sort of things that we offer. And I'm adding new bits all the time. So if you have ideas for things, as long as it's something that I can make and I don't need to pay a license for it, because that's one of the big issues, then obviously get in touch. But watch my video tomorrow night.
Absolutely. So it's Buggle Skelly Station, Tom Marshall Buggle Skelly Station on YouTube.
Yes.
And the very final thing, some of the figures, I'll just hold this up. I love the Laurel and Hardy with the music box. So anybody...
And if you see me at a show and you're wearing a Monday Club badge,
yes,
you can get 10% off any unpainted figures at a show. So we're doing all the big shows next year, and as I say, we're in Manchester.
So you're at the Manchester show. So if people have their Monday Club badge on, then the unpainted figures, there's the discount there.
10% off.
Brilliant. Well, look, thank you so much for coming on to have a quick chat about the TMC YouTube challenge, and also a little bit about the products and the stuff that you do. It's always a pleasure, and hopefully we'll catch up with you again. And if the call came in to do a series 2 of YouTube model, the TMC YouTube challenge, what would your answer be?
I'd ask if Craig was doing it or not first. No, I'm joking. Yeah, definitely want to do another one.
Absolutely.
That'd be amazing.
No worries. Well, looking forward to it. You take great care of yourself, and thank you so
Cheers,
much
Jenny.
for
Cheers,
coming
Zoe.
on.
Bye,
Take
bye,
care.
everyone.
See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was Tom Marshall from Buggle Skelly Station there. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm just going to take my cans off there. And, oh gosh, everything seems suddenly really loud because they're kind of noise cancelling. So all I could hear was what the microphone picks up, and suddenly I can hear your hair growing. So thank you so much. And like I was saying before, actually, Buggle Skelly Station, I don't know if that'll come through, but that's the web address.
BugglesKellyStation.com.
And I can well recommend Laurel and Hardy shifting the piano in the crate. And if you haven't seen the Laurel and Hardy film, The Music Box, you have to see it. It's one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces for such a simple idea that is just wall-to-wall comedy. It is a great film. In fact, I think we need to watch that.
We will watch that tonight.
We're going to watch The Music Box for Laurel and Hardy tonight. But if you want a cameo of that, and also a cameo of a great many other classic films on your layout, then Tom Marshall, Buggle Skelly Station, is the guy to see. And like I said, he will be at the Manchester show, and your Monday Club badge does get you that discount in-person sales for unpainted figures.
Tanis Vilacqua says, what a nice man. Yeah, Tom's a great guy.
He's a great guy, and it was I have to say, you know, all of the the ribbing and the "we was robbed" stuff aside, actually,
it's for TV.
We had great fun, and Tom is just such a chilled out guy.
Yeah.
You know, Laurie as well. I really got on. Well, at least I got on well with him. You might have thought that Jenny, what a prat.
That Jenny Kirk, she's a bit of a Jenny Kirk.
Yes. Peachy TT 120 as well. I'd already met him we had him on as a guest before.
But he's actually not just on as a guest. He's actually been here in the studio.
Yeah, he actually hot-tailed it across from Yorkshire. Iron Horse Railways has just put up a link to Tom's channel. Do check out his version of the TMC YouTube channel.
Yes, that'll be out tomorrow. That's the one thing we didn't ask him.
What?
When it's going live.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
If you go to his site, I'm sure he'll have it set as a premiere or something, so do check that out.
Tom is the Gerald Scarf of the railways. Oh, that is high praise.
Very high
Gerald
praise.
Scarf was amazing.
He was the guy who did all the Yes Minister artwork, wasn't he?
Yes.
And it wasn't. He was actually the satirist for the Times.
Yeah,
was it?
He's the guy that defined political cartooning in Britain.
Didn't he also do the artwork for Pink Floyd's The Wall?
Yes, he did.
Yes. So there you go. Iron Horse Railway says, subscribe and you'll see Tom's propaganda tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yeah,
fantastic.
6 p.m. Brilliant. And Gavin Blackburn says, what a guy. Yeah, so you're the ace rimmer now. What a guy. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast. The Cupboard Monkey, actually, whilst we were doing that interview, she seemed to forget that
I was reading the chat and doing this.
Yeah, I know, but whenever you pipe up, the problem is you're talking over us.
I'm sorry.
So there is
It's not yet finished.
That's come together really well.
The guttering and downpipes aren't on it yet.
Can I just say, actually, the detail on the model is good enough that a black weathering wash and a little bit of other weathering on that will really bring that alive.
A nice bit of weathering and an occasional touch-up of some of the bricks. But what I've done here is slid one door slightly open.
Oh, it's always
to
a
give
good
a bit of life.
Yeah.
Because the other side's closed.
I mean, somewhere in here, actually, I'm going to dig out of my vast collection.
So it's a Pico Good Shed in N-gauge. It's going to go onto a nice little thing that I'm doing. What are you doing? What are you up to?
Right, there's a little weathering technique. I don't really see people doing it anymore these days. This is from back in the day.
Dig a hole, put it in, and cover it over, then come back in a fortnight.
These are Derwent Signature watercolour pencils.
Watercolour pencils, yeah.
But these colours have been carefully hand-picked. And what you do is you colour in random bricks to give different... I'm sure I had more, but for some reason they're not...
I will probably do that at some point, but not right now. It's drying.
Okay, well, I'll have them back then.
So I'm really pleased with that. I haven't put the plastic into the windows on the sides because I didn't think they were necessary, but plastic behind for the windows on the roof.
Yeah, because you're going to see those quite a bit.
Not just that, I want the shine, whereas the ones on the side, I want to not shine too much.
Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, it is amazing to see you. I hope you are well. A lot of people really liking the work you've done there.
Thank you.
Do I sense some bitterness there, Craig, says IG Models 86. Vicky Lawler says, Laurie from LMM has real enthusiasm in his vids. Tom came across as a lovely fella too.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, out of all the people who were there, I'm the only Wally amongst the lot of them.
That's not true.
I
was there too.
Oh, yeah. That's it. We rock up and we're like, why have they asked us?
I know. Why is the circus in town?
Yeah, it's like...
all these proper people in their proper outfits, and then we roll up going...
There's all these professional people, and then they're like, can you hear that noise? That sounds like the flop of clown shoes. And there's like...
So we turn up in a bright pink car with blue spots on it, and the doors fall off.
The doors fall off, and we get out spraying everybody with water. I mean, I always feel like an imposter. It's like, why have they invited me? I'm just a complete
That's the thing about imposter syndrome. Imposters don't get it because they know they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah. Dave Scott Railway says, Jenny and Zoe, we have plenty of mallard ducks at Locomotion if you're coming our way. Yes, I think we said. We mentioned that on your stream the other night?
We have the green one.
You just run out of mallard ducks, but yes, next time we're passing, we need to call in there.
We'll do a handbrake turn into Locomotion in Shildon.
We'll come in. We'll be like blinker vision, past the bargain bin, past all the exhibits.
No, we won't.
March up to the desk, like, boom.
I need a duck.
One of your finest mallard ducks, please. We've got the Flying Scotsman duck.
We've got the
But they've
Flying
sold
Scots duck.
out of the mallard duck. So what it says is that basically you need to take more with you to shows because clearly they were popular. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, says, Jenny, I've got some exciting news. Auto World is going to release the 1/18th scale model of Chelsea's Oldsmobile from Kickline next year.
Nice.
Perfect. Right, are we showing some videos in the last 20 minutes or so?
Yes, we can if you want.
Yeah,
Do you want to?
I thought that's why you were giving me the hurry up.
No, I was just saying, be wary of the time. Because I know what you're like once you get into a conversation with someone.
Oh, for God's sake, I thought you were hurrying me up because you wanted to show videos.
Well, I do, but I also want to make sure that you don't feel like you're getting rushed.
But one of the things, actually, I want to talk to you about as well, we've talked a lot about the TMC YouTube channel. Daypol actually shared a video today highlighting the investment that they're making in the hobby here in the UK.
Oh?
And they've shared a video of their UV printer at work. Now, you might remember that because...
I do like the UV printers.
We were there sort of like very early on with that, and they just printed... they were printing the liveries on the containers. You may well look around. I know where it is, but it's a bit difficult to access. So sit yourself down.
I can't access it. I can't just go and grab it with my grabby paws.
Sit yourself down and concentrate on the task.
Sit my shelf down.
Yes. RG Models 86, you and me both. I can't remember. I can't believe we're in December. Naive Gage says she did not want you to hurry up. She wanted you to shut up.
Oh, no, I would never do that because, let's face it, if I were to tell Jen to shut up, the first thing that would happen is I would wake up at the bottom of the stairs, having suddenly fallen out of the loft. And then afterward, I would have to fill in the dead air from when she's not saying anything.
Now, right, anyway, stop asking the cupboard monkey questions, because while she's jibber-jabbering, nothing's getting done.
Quit your jibber-jabber.
Yeah, get in the van, fool! But no, it's really great to see that Daypol are investing so much in UK manufacture of models. And it just goes to show that actually there is a future for manufacturing stuff in the UK. I know it was a big topic of debate over the last 10 years about onshoring models to be able to, give security of supply lines. And actually, Daypol have quietly been doing this all along. Must also mention that Pico make almost all of their products here in the UK. War World Scenics as well, UK-based model company with a lot of products being made here in the UK. So I do think we should support manufacturers that support making stuff in the UK, not to the detriment of stuff overseas. I think there's some things no, you can't make it, like locomotives, and in the case of Pico, the small and large Englands are actually all made in Japan, and I believe the reason given is that actually they'd cost a lot more if you made them in the UK.
We've demonstrated this, and as one thing, go on.
Tom Marshall, Buckle Skelly Station points out, we make all of our products in the UK.
Yes, you do. We saw them on your video there.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I find that it's like the way the stuff's printed upside down and it kind of rises out of the glue like some kind of Terminator.
It doesn't have to be made upside down. I've seen some people print the other way up. For certain things, you want it the other way up.
You're going to have to do a time-lapse video of printing a Terminator.
I
and
would
just have
love
it,
to see that. Oh, that would be
and
so
then
good.
colorise it to look like molten metal.
But yeah,
He's probably sat there going, "No, I've got a job, mate. I've got better things to do than play."
I don't want to get slapped with a copyright suit.
Yeah. Anywho,
James Cameron he's quite protective.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is one thing regarding producing stuff in the UK. Games Workshop makes everything in the UK.
In Nottingham. Yes.
In Nottingham.
Yes.
Games Workshop also gets it in the neck from every single person going for being expensive.
Yeah, but they
You
make
can
the stuff.
have one or the other.
When I was in the Sea Cadets, there used to be a big sign up outside of the stores, and it said you could is it cheap, quick, or high quality. You're only allowed two of the three.
Pick two.
Yeah, you're not allowed all three. So if it's cheap and quick, it will not be high quality. If it's high quality and cheap, it will not be quick.
Yep.
Things like you work through, and it's true. It's absolutely true. Right. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we've got a video here from Simon Train's model.
Yes. He says, "Hello, Jenny, Zoe, Gronksy, Topsy Toaster, Gandalf, the Tumble of Clowns, including the one that follows behind, and the Cult of Gronks. The one that follows behind is starting to sound Lovecraftian. Oh my goodness."
Absolutely. And Gronksy is here. He's very excited because he got a mention.
Yes.
So there we go.
Simon went to crew for the Alsager Railway Association Model Railway Exhibition, and here is the footage from the show. So let's get straight into it. My dear, if you could do the...
Hit the lever.
Hit the lever. So this is Alsager Model Railway Association. Oh my goodness, that bridge. That is stunning. Oh my goodness.
Is that the one at Sunderland?
Oh, I like that car. That was good.
They were like a bit oldie worldy.
Yeah, almost tram-like in its quality.
That looks like the Wearmouth Bridge at Sunderland.
So nice. Yeah, these are.
Well, that's a Terrier.
That one with the hanging over.
That looks
roof.
like
it's almost tram-like in its niceness.
It looks like a Bachmann US thing.
Yes.
Those are the Hornby Collet coaches. Are they Collet?
Nice, different selection of houses. I like the way that the weathering on the concrete or rendering on the outside is quite nice.
That's a Cantonese Sussex Railway livery terrier.
This is so well done.
Hawaii man, says Anthony.
Hawaii man.
Hawaii man. That's not Sunderland Bridge, says Sarah Davis. It looks more like the Newcastle Bridge. Haven't we seen this video already?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because it's got the funicular at the side.
I looked to see if we had, but I don't think we've seen this one before.
This might be a layout we've seen before. Oh, it's O-Gauge. It was a layout we've seen before, but at a different show or in somebody else's video, I suspect.
That is so nice.
Oh, I do love Network Southeast. That's nice. Is that the
Travelling Brian says it's not the Time Bridge. This is really. This is all in N-Gauge as well.
Oh wow,
that's so cool. See, N-Gauge is the best.
Is that a Justy Bin, a 321? Yeah, it's like some of the nicknames. It's like
I'm going to jump this nearer to the middle. Have a look around. Oh, I do like that.
I'm wondering because
coverings.
I think somebody else sent us a video from this exhibition.
Yeah, Richard Swiderski apparently.
Yes.
There we go.
So there was an impromptu meetup. I've seen photographs of people.
I love it when that happens. I love it.
It is brilliant. And don't forget as well to grab your Monday Club badges. They are selling incredibly well.
They are.
So we're not quite at low stock warning, but we're not far off. And that is an absolute achievement considering it's only been just over a week since we took delivery of them.
Yeah, it was quite scary when I was putting them all out. Like,
and don't forget that it gets you some amazing discounts with a lot of different retailers. So do make out like a bandit, support retailers that support you, and in-person shopping in shops and at shows, and it's a great way to signal your support of the greatest online live stream for model railway in the UK. Except no cheap-ass substitute.
Yeah. This is N-Gauge as well. Look at the detail you can get in N-Gauge these days.
That station building there, that reminds me of Runworth and Dobble Station in Bolton. Long, long gone, but when you see photographs... so I'm guessing would it have been a London and North Western line?
I don't know. But
I like the bridge.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That looks like a kind of farm bridge that we've passed over on our walks.
It actually reminds me of there's a bridge when you're driving down the M1. Actually, when we go down to Getz, if you look over to your right as you're heading south, there's a very small little tight underbridge that looks a lot like that. That's right next to the motorway, but you have to look down because the motorway is the same height as the train.
We have seen this particular one before because I mentioned the quality of the river.
This is that's a canal, but yeah, this is it looks like a great layout.
It really does.
To just watch trains going by on.
Beep beep.
No!
I'm sorry, that's what I'm hearing in my head.
No, we'll keep it to yourself.
Brinklow was at the NEC. Ah, of course.
So this is excellent. Enwins 3D. So Enwins Models Lifestyle Unleashed says, I did an interview with Daypol at El Sager 2. Wonderful that they support that show. Absolutely. Nice.
This looks real.
Nice use of bridge trusses there as well. And that's actually quite nice because they've got the camelback trusses on the sides, but then they're using different girders between the tracks, so you see the sort of low slung girders. That works really well, actually, as a bridge.
It looks so good.
And as you can see, having the bridge on a skew really is visually really good.
Right, I'm going to jump this right to near the end.
Oh, this looks like a steelworks layout. They're Yorkshire Engine Company Janus or Janus Shunters. They'd be, I'm guessing, the Oxford Rail models. Superb, absolutely superb models. I love that. And actually,
Gronk it up, gronk it up, gronk it up.
Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. And that is, this is my. I love modelling rolling scenery. I find it really enjoyable to build. But I love these little tight industrial nooks and crannies. This was kind of what I was wanting to do with Grove Street Yard. As was, but this does it so much better. I love those like little tight curves like tucked around the back. Stumbleton Castle.
I like the castle.
I look at the guy at the back with his cup of tea. Like there's a no nonsense.
There's a
chap.
proper British chap.
J94, big hello to you.
It's
great
wonderful.
to see you. I hope you're well. There's some really nice layouts here.
Oh, that is nice.
Toby the tram
Yay!
engine. Now, was Toby a J70 because the Hornby model is only an 040, which suggests was it a Y?
That's a brilliant use of the castle.
A Y4?
Is that a Playmobil guy on the top of the castle?
I don't know.
Oh, that was so cool. I like that.
Oh look,
this is fun. This is proper fun modelling.
Absolutely, Toby is
definitely.
That
Postman Pat?
It may well be. And there's Thomas the Tank Engine, so maybe. Oh, and Jack Jones the Butcher's Wagon. I think that's one of Buggle Skelly's.
That was so nice. Thank you so much for sending that in, man. If you jump back.
So thank you so much,
Simon.
Oh, can I just say very, very quickly?
Yeah.
This is the layout that it gets. Put a Monday Club badge on.
Yes, this is that one that.
Did it stay on though? Now we've got to watch this one. Look out for it. See whether the Monday Club badge.
Depending on how many sheets they put over, it makes it darker.
Yeah, because they can basically model it at night. I thought this was a great layout when we saw it at the Great Electric Train Show.
It was so good. the amount of animation, that thing going along and then pressing down at the back.
So let's see. What was there? This one got best at show, says Enwins Models. Lifestyle and Lease.
Oh yeah,
deservedly
it deserved it.
So,
Absolutely deserved it.
Look at the tamper in the background. Actually
that's what I'm on about.
tamping.
It's so good.
Yeah. Now, did the Monday Club badge stay on it or not?
I bet it didn't.
Flymo Chairman 1, there's some great deals on J70s from Model Rail magazine. I think they're down to 90 quid at the moment, or at least they were. They've only got a few liveries left, but you know, they're never going to be that cheap again. I'll tell you that now. So, come on, where the Monday Club badge was just a little bit more. Oh no, it's the wrong end. I know where they put the Monday Club badge, but I'm gonna say probably been removed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect them to keep it. It was a bit of fun,
It's like the toaster that was on top of TMC's standard
he's
GMRC.
hunkered down over there actually. So I don't think there's going to be a Monday Club badge on it. Richard Swiderski says that was Gresty Bridge layout. Warbler Production says I have 2 J70s. They're fantastic little models. Yeah, I've got a J70 as well. I'd love one of the Great Eastern Railway ones, but it's just a cost thing.
Thank you so much for sending that in, Simon. That was brilliant.
Thank you so much for that.
We showed more than I was planning to do.
I know, but I love that. I love that.
So the last thing that we've got for tonight is from Gordon Hanning, who has the new Andrew Barkley from his Cura scale.
Oh yes, of course. These are just coming through.
Not yet.
Okay, let's wait for the adverts.
It says for all to see.
Yeah. Rob72 says years ago went out with someone from Grangetown. You have my condolences.
So if you're ready,
just joking with you. Right, you ready? Go.
Yeah. So this is Hanning's Rest.
Neil Cheeseman says we lived in Teesville. Is that in Middlesbrough or is that somewhere else?
Honestly, couldn't tell.
I think this is a box opening.
It will be, but I've got to jump it on a little bit. So yes.
Oh, that's interesting. It's still got the Hattons.
Oh, that's nice that they're remembering.
That's
Hattons.
a nice nod to its.
Because you don't have to.
Yeah. Oh, I like the wasp
my
stripes
goodness.
Yeah, that's you won't miss that as it buzzes in.
A wasp striped steam.
Oh yeah, they did, particularly industrial. Because this would be a 1970s livery. So wasp stripes had come in, and that's definitely, a lot of these industrial locos got wasp stripes. Just the same way that diesel shunters
I know, but
do.
I don't often see it. That is pretty cool. It looks
there
great.
on the back as well. Woo, that's a bit hard on the eye. The zing, zing. It's interesting to see the wasp stripes all going the same way. Usually, I'm so used to the BR ones where they're kind of almost like a V pattern.
Yeah.
3B Rails says Jenny and Zoe. Many thanks again for another great stream.
You're very welcome. Man.
Thank you so much. And yeah, Travelling Brian says the wasp.
I'm going to give one piece of advice to Gordon for videos. When you're getting in close, what you need is one of those weird
the macro
lenses that you can fit to cameras. You can usually find them in places like Poundland, funnily enough.
Yeah,
they're really useful to have.
How
in
much
your
do
back
they
pocket.
cost?
A couple of quid these days. They used to cost £1.
I was just thinking Poundland. I thought that the big joke was always like,
I know.
Like, how much does that cost? £1. What about that over there? £1. What about that? £1.
Yeah.
And that? You're barred!
But yeah, it's always good to have a couple of those in your back pocket if you can.
And yeah, Dave
This
Scott
is
Railways,
nice.
2 hours do go very, very quickly.
Yes.
Right. Quickly, before we come to the end.
Yep.
The Game Hammer Classic Gaming Monday Club Retro...
Total requests live. Oh,
so
there
what
it
have
goes.
you got?
Beep,
Can I request something?
Yep.
Wild Arms 3.
Wild Arms 3, okay, that's on the list.
So you can. I don't expect you to spend the entire stream playing it, but dip into it, take a look.
Because it won't.
Have you played it much?
Not a huge amount. I still love the level select the character select screen. When you decide who you're going to play as for the next part.
Yeah.
There's 3 people bust into a room at the same time in different ways, and then it's like, who do you want to be?
So that is something that you'll see on Monday Night Live. And of course, don't forget that you will be automatically prompted to head on over and continue your live streaming enjoyment. Yeah, Gavin Blackburn says £1.50 shops these days. Absolutely. But yeah, don't forget as well, order the Monday Club wagons. They're still available. We're going with Daypole, so you can buy yourself a British-made wagon. They should be coming soon, actually. We're expecting soon. We haven't had the invoice, but I can't imagine it's more than a week or so away. There's also O-Gauge version, and it's a different design in O-Gauge. So I keep hearing it goes quiet.
Yeah. Because it's planning something.
No, it's because the noisy little locomotive goes in the tunnel and then you can't hear it.
Because it's planning something. She'll never find me.
Yeah, so don't forget as well, order your Monday Club wagon. We're hoping, fingers crossed, in time for Christmas, but it's getting a bit close.
You never know.
But you know, it's a lot cheaper than the previous ones, but still great quality, unique design, never to be repeated. And get yourself those Monday Club badges. We're not quite down to low stock warning, but we're actually getting there. This time, there will be another batch, but they do change colours. So remember, it'll be your only ever chance to get a green Monday Club badge. They're only £5.
At some point you can get one off someone else.
Yeah. Shh, don't make it
in exchange for goods and services.
Stop making it complicated. I had a sales patter all worked
Go on,
out.
then.
So don't forget, gets you some great discounts, and you know, who knows, you could be buying enough stuff at one of the shows that, for example, a £5 Monday Club badge would then enable you to buy £50 worth of stoofs from West Hill Wagon Works, say, and you've actually, it's like buying the 50 quid's worth of stoofs and getting a free Monday Club badge. And if you buy more than that, your quid's in, plus you've still got the badge to use with your unique discounts anywhere and everywhere else that is in the scheme. Check out the website for full details.
But before we go any further, we do have a message from our sponsor tonight, which is TMC.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
Thank you so much.
There we are. So it's the teapot of time empties out its vital fluids of inevitability. We've just got time for us to say thank you all for coming. Don't forget to hit that like button. Consider sharing the stream. Let everybody else know about the great work we've been doing. And do watch the TMC YouTube channel. Next up is Tom Marshall, Buggles Skelly Stations version. And check out the version that we did. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on.
So, Tom Marshall's Buggles Kelly Stations video for the TMC Challenge is tomorrow. Iron Horse is on Wednesday, and Laurie's Mechanical Marvels is on Thursday.
So you heard it here first, and don't forget, support the YouTube TMC, the TMC YouTube channel. I'll get it right.
Challenge, not channel.
Just support it, like it, share it, watch it, love it, lick it.
Jenny's patrons as well. Look out later on for a surprise.
Patrons to this channel, you can check us out over on Patreon at the link down below. A huge thank you to all you legends who support the channel, help keep the lights on here at Weir Yard Towers. But you will be getting a special version all to yourself of the TMC YouTube channel.
Parts 1 and 2 all together, no waiting.
So, with 0.3 seconds of never before seen footage.
Don't say that.
It completely changes the outcome because it's quite clear that Craig farted. Yeah, it was quite clear that Craig farted first, and that's what you.
And shot first.
So until next time, you guys take great care of yourself and be ready for the prompts and head on over to support Gamehammer Classic Gaming for Retro All Request Monday. So I'm gonna request Wild Arms 3. But
you can request it.
You guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
The train now departing the 2104 service to the TMC YouTube challenge, stopping at TMC, Jenny Kirk, Jenny Kirk again, Global Sky Station, Iron Horse Railways, Lorries and Mechanical Marvels, and on to the TMC YouTube challenge. All change at 3 cogs for Lord Hereford Snob.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.
going. Tell you what. 1 minute. Okay. You're going live. You say you're going live. Okay. So we just had word that the Monkey of Madness is ready for you over at Gamehammer Classic Gaming. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute honour to have your company tonight. It's been another great stream. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share it to let other people know about the amazingness that goes on here. And of course, next Monday you'll be able to come and witness, not watch, but witness. And remember, maybe a nice gentleman from the police taking statements afterwards. But we're doing our Monday Club lock-in live at Sawyer's Models. All are welcome. And of course, bring your Monday Club badge. If you haven't already got a Monday Club badge, do get them ordered. We've suddenly had a flurry of orders, so getting super close to critical stock warning again. Can't believe how fast they go. But until next time, you guys take... yes, Valley's 56XX, testify! Until next time, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for